Welcome to Monroeville's Planning Commission, March 17th, 2021. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Everyone please rise while we pledge allegiance to the flag. Remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Be seated. Sharon, roll call, please.
Mr. Stevenson,
Here.
Mr. Pacusa,
Here.
Mr. Conway,
Here.
Mrs. Krivda,
Here.
Mrs. Montgomery,
Here.
Mr. Gearhart,
Here.
Mr. Weldon.
Here. I will entertain a motion to approve or disapprove the minutes from January 20th, 2021.
Make motion to approve?
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Paul?
Okay, first item tonight under new business, 21-1-ST Chase Bank. Applicant is requesting site plan approval to construct a 3,293 square foot bank and associated site amenities. The property is 0.64 acres and located at 4163 William Penn Highway, tax parcel 856E261 in the C2 Business Commercial Zoning District.
The applicant present? Please come forward. Please sign in and state your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Erin Gogolin, Gogolin. I'm with Bowler Engineering. I'm here tonight on behalf of JP Morgan Chase Bank to present their plan for site plan approval.
Please proceed.
Okay. These things are hard to talk in.
You're far enough away if you want to take it off.
Oh, I'm okay. I'll keep it on for everyone. First, I'll give you a little bit of information with respect to the site. The site is zoned C2 and it's located at 4163 William Penn Highway, as Paul said. It's the existing Willie's store. The site is bound by residential homes on the north, NTB to the east, William Penn to the south, and Panda Express to the west. Chase is proposing to redevelop the lot by demolishing the building and constructing a 3,300 square foot Chase Bank branch with a drive-up ATM. As you can see here on our site plan, there is an existing driveway here. There's an existing driveway here on the western side of the property. Chase is proposing to close that off and only have one entrance onto their site. They are proposing counterclockwise circulation around the site, and you can either exit back onto William Penn or there is cross-access proposed with Panda Express. That will require a PennDOT permit, so we are planning to apply for that soon. With respect to stormwater management, there are currently no on-site stormwater management features, so Chase is proposing to install a rather large underground system in the front yard to reduce runoff rates and volume. The site is a reduction in impervious area. It's a 13% reduction in impervious from the existing state. And then I can show you. These are the building renderings. It is made up of, I'm not an architect, so I never remember what it's actually made up of. It's a mix of wood look fiber cement boards and cream colored stone finishes. So that's what I have to present, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Does Does your stormwater drainage meet the MS4 requirements that the borough now has?
Yeah. We will be asking for two design waivers. The ordinance requires a minimum of 48-inch diameter pipes, and due to how the site's laid out, it's not feasible for us to tie into the existing infrastructure within William Penn Highway. So we do need to use something that's smaller in depth, which is why we're using storm tech chambers instead of pipes.
And we ran into this with the sheets that was recently approved also. And the problem is the storm system on Route 22 is very shallow. It's only like 6 feet deep. So by the time they excavate down and get the required cover over top of their pipes, they're lower than the system that they have to tie into. So in order to raise their system up, they have to use a smaller system. So we're aware of that.
Okay. Does anyone in the audience have any issues with this? Not seeing any board members, any questions?
The entrance and exits from 22, is there a light in any of those?
No, the light's further down.
I'm trying to remember.
No, there's no light.
The light's down further
Before.
this way.
There's one before up at NTB.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then there's one at Chick-fil-A.
I think there's like, I think you can kind of see the shadow here of the one signal arm, and then there's one down here. I have a feeling, I'm not certain, but I have a feeling PennDOT's gonna require us to do something similar that Panda Express did with this pork chop, to have kind of force that right in, right out.
Mhm.
There's a divider there, I believe anyways, but I think PennDOT will ask us to put that in as well.
Do you have a cross-access agreement with Panda Express?
They're negotiating still,
Okay.
but the intent is to have one.
Any other questions from board
It
members?
would be awkward for you if they don't.
It would be awkward. From what I've heard, from what I've been privy to from Chase, they've been cordial, and it seems like they're willing to agree to it.
And
They're
it's
not a competitor, so.
Yeah, and it's not necessary for their development. They have an independent, full access driveway, so if Panda Express wouldn't enter into their agreement, it wouldn't affect their project.
Would you consider putting in an exit? If Panda didn't agree,
Mhm.
would you put your own exit?
A separate exit?
Yeah.
I don't think we would. It would just
then
be this,
People don't have to circle
it would just be this one.
all the way past the drive-through. or
Yeah.
Whatever's on that. I think it's a drive-through on that side, isn't it?
Yeah, the ATM's right here on this side. So, if we can't get this, people will just have to come out this way. There's also enough room back here that if you come back and park in this area, you can back
come
out and come
straight
out
out.
this way.
There's also a bypass lane on the other side, on the outside of
Yes.
the drive-through, correct?
Yes.
That'll work, I guess, yeah. Either way.
Mhm.
Any further questions from board members? I'll entertain a motion for 21-1-ST.
Make a motion to approve?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are easy.
Well,
We looked everything over and
Yeah,
it met
no,
all the
it's-
requirements, so.
It's
It's
nice
an
though.
improvement to what we have.
Yeah.
We still have to go through council yet.
I know.
They're not as easy.
We just make a suggestion to them, so.
I know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sure.
Paul?
All right, second item, 21-2-ST Gateway School District. Applicant is requesting site plan approval to renovate the existing middle school, add several additions, and includes installation of an underground stormwater management control system. The property is 26.05 acres, located at 4450 Old William Penn Highway, tax parcel 855N105 in the R1 One Family Residential Zoning District.
Please sign in and state your names for the record, please. State your name for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Hank Kochik. I'm the architect for Gateway School District for the project.
Thank you.
And I am Bob Brown. I am Facility Director for Gateway School District.
Thank you, sir. Please present your case.
Okay, so we'll start with the color rendered site plan, and then if the questions get detailed, I brought design site plans that might show a little more detail if the questions get that way. I also have a rendering to show you of the facade of the building. To explain the colored rendering here, it's the existing Gateway Middle School. Everything in gray is the existing building. Everything shown in blue is where we're planning on putting additions. The existing paving is this lighter gray color that we're repaving it, but that's all existing paving. This darker gray color is where we're proposing some additional parking be added. The yellow represents existing concrete sidewalks that we're replacing or new concrete sidewalks that we would be adding. We're not changing the traffic patterns on the site. The entrance and exits are remaining where they are. We are required to put a small to medium-sized retaining wall right about in this area to help with holding the dirt back for this addition. These 4 additions are classroom wing additions. We have an art and music addition over here, and we have a gym athletic addition in this area. And then these pieces in here are classrooms and a multimedia center addition. And in the front is the administration. The main entrance used to be right here. We're moving it to the auditorium entrance, so the main entrance will flank the auditorium and the administration area. That's the site plan. I thought the best elevation to bring would be the one that is the parking lot that is between the building and the baseball fields, because that's where most of the people will park, and that's a lot of what will be seen. So that's what this elevation is. We create a athletic entrance down here between the new gym that we're adding and the existing gym that's there. This is a cafeteria addition with an entrance there. This is the fine arts wing where we extend the band room and the music room, and we have an entrance for them in that area. That's the 10-cent tour. I'm sure there are questions.
Well, you're adding X amount of students. What are you doing for the kitchen facilities and grease traps and that kind of thing?
We're completely redoing the kitchen. Where it exists now is being taken over as additional space in the cafeteria. And we're putting a new kitchen in with new grease trap, new equipment, new Ansel system.
Thank you.
Couple years ago.
The entire building will be sprinkled when we're finished with it. Right now, it is not. A lot of technology upgrades. The building is over the square footage for the code allowance for buildings, and it's before we even started it was. But we are dividing the building in half with a code compliant fire separation wall. So we're bringing a non-compliant piece into compliance with that as well, the renovation.
Where is that wall?
If we go back to the site plan, it's probably easiest to show it in the site plan. We bring this wall, where these 3 pieces of the building hit this building, that's where we make the separation. So there's a wall there, there's a wall there, and there's a wall here.
What's the rating on that? Is it 3-hour wall?
It's a 2-hour wall,
2 hour?
and it's made so it's a 2-hour wall that has a wall on each side of it. So the way the code reads is that 2-hour separation works. So if one half of the building were to catch on fire and burn and fall to the ground, the other half has to stay standing, and that's the way this wall is built.
Okay.
How many classrooms will there be in total?
Do you know the total number of classrooms?
It's
I
right
could
around
probably count, but,
60.
It's around,
It's give or take.
60 seems a little high, maybe 55 classrooms.
Yeah.
And that's up from what now?
Around,
It's-
it's.
It's not up a whole lot because we're making a lot of the classrooms larger than what they were. So it's up, right now there's probably 45 classrooms and we're going to 55 classrooms. We're adding classroom wings here, but when we renovate the existing building, a lot of times 2 classrooms become 3, or three classrooms become 2, and things along those lines.
Is this functional now? Are there students there now? And are they gonna be able to stay there while you're doing this, or are they gonna have to go somewhere else?
The students we're going to do this entire project unoccupied. We're going to be able to move the students out of this building and renovate the building it's about a 2-year process. And then once it's complete, we move everybody into the building.
Where do they go?
They're going over to the other, the
Moss Side Middle
Middle
School.
School.
The main campus with Moss Side Middle School, which
There's
is,
enough room for them now.
currently it's the 5-6 building, with some modulars and some interior, minor movements, we're able to fit them all.
In view of decreasing number of students, can we do without this building completely?
To
I
fit
know
them all,
we have trouble.
to fit them all at the
There's
other
trouble
building,
selling the building or-
there's temporary classrooms that have to be built and spaces are taking over that aren't classrooms. So no, there isn't a building on campus. There isn't a building that will house everybody. At the end of the day, we will have one building that houses everybody instead of 2
From
buildings
fifth
that are
to-
housing most of the people.
From 5th to 8th.
Yes.
So modulars are gonna be going up over
At the
Moss
main
Side Middle.
campus at Moss Side.
Okay.
Well,
Any other
Um,
questions? Go right ahead.
I have a question. The age of that building, is there any asbestos issues with that building?
Most of the asbestos has been taken out, but there is some asbestos and the
So you're gonna
entire
do
amount
that-
is coming out in this project.
And when are
Complete-
they gonna
complete
abate that?
abatement. Complete abatement, no asbestos left in the building when we're done. Right now, the asbestos that's left is not friable asbestos. It's mastic under floor tile, things that are not friable whatsoever, but we're going to be disturbing it because we're replacing all the flooring. So while we're doing that, we're just taking it all out.
And you did say all the HVAC's gonna be upgraded.
Completely new system, yes.
And new Ansel too, correct?
Yes.
Any other questions from board members? Any,
And with these additions and everything, are you upgrading the existing window system and all of that as well, or is it?
The majority of the existing windows are going to stay in place. We're doing some modifications to them. If you can picture the building, right now it has a metal panel above those windows, and that metal panel isn't in the greatest of shape. So we're taking that out and we're replacing it. But the windows themselves are in sound shape. They're still energy compliant that meet the current codes. So we're not replacing those windows unnecessarily, but we are adding new windows.
I did notice on the 48 side, there was 4 stairways going up into the building.
Yes.
Is that gonna be exits only?
They're emergency exits only,
Okay.
yes.
any other questions from board members? Anyone in the audience?
Oh, it's a good thing, we need it.
I'm sort of, not familiar with Olive Gateway's history. Have you ever had, what kind of security do you need to have with the students coming into school? Is there
There's-
any special security?
There's several pieces of security that are happening. In the renovation, we are now moving the main entrance over to here that allows to create a secure vestibule for visitors to come in before they even enter the building. And if they don't need to go into the building, they wait there and somebody comes to them. It's a larger vestibule that will allow visitors to be maintained in a section of the building without having to get in. If they do have to go into the building, now before they enter the building, they go directly into the administration area and get face-to-face contact with somebody, and then they exit a different door to go back into the building. So there's multiple levels of security for visitors entering the building. For the students entering the building, we have it set up so that the buses will come, loop around here and drop off in this area. And they will come in through the gym, and they go through a security check in this new gymnasium. And then they can cross the gym and go to breakfast in the cafeteria, or go to their classes or their homerooms, or those types of things. The parents, the students that come from parent dropping them off are now going to happen over here at this parent drop-off. So we've been able to separate bus vehicular traffic from car vehicular traffic, which is a safety factor and something that the Department of Ed really highly recommends. So now we have that completely separate, and there'll be a smaller system set up like the system over here for the students that are dropped off by parents.
Now, is there enough room for the buses to turn around?
Yes. They currently can turn there.
Any other questions from board members? Not seeing any, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passed unanimously. All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave these for you, but
I will entertain one further motion for adjournment.
Sure.
I motion we adjourn.
I mean, you can. No, but nobody's
All
gonna.
in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.
We're done.
Right.
Thank you.
If you don't
That's what we
mind, parking
did.
with it,
That's what we say.
thank you.